Why, hi there. I'm Ron Juckett, and Retro Sports Network presents NFL 78 at lunch. Today, this Week 7 battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. And me, being the smart, clever person that I am, teased this game for the last 2 weeks as being in Washington, despite the fact that, if I had bothered to look, you're not seeing the green grass of RFK, but the beautiful green cement of Philadelphia. And so on this October 22nd, 1978, you get a game from Philadelphia. And the weather for Philadelphia this time of year is absolutely gorgeous, which is not the real-life case today. Places around me had snow. Imagine that. My sound's working all right. Okay. So as the wind chills in Vermont top 25 degrees, it is 66 clear and a light breeze here along the banks of the whatever river the city of Philadelphia floats on Broad Street, Veterans Stadium. Someone will tell me later in the comments, you should know, you dummy, it's the Delaware River. Anyway, Washington has won the toss. They are 4-2. The Eagles, who will be kicking off, and it's Nick Mayer kicking for the Eagles, not Tony Franklin. 66 degrees, winds are very light. They are there, but they are light at 0 to 5 miles an hour, so it really won't be a factor. The computer, as you can see, has the Redskins as a 1-point favorite, and in real life, the Redskins were a 1.5-point favorite, so we'll see how close we get to real life. Next week's games are going to be on Tuesday, as I try to wait till noon to close to noon to kick this off. So if you go about 5 minutes and you can actually see the start of the video if you're watching this on demand. Next week's games are going to be Tuesday. It'll be Dallas and Philadelphia, and I believe I can cheat. It's going to be from Dallas. The Cowboys are 7-0, have only played 2 games at home. And the other game is going to be on Thursday. So we're back to Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Philadelphia at Dallas. I promise, it's at Dallas. And on Thursday, would you believe the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs, the teams with the 2 best records in the AFC? Believe it or not. All right. Let's get this. I got a long day ahead. Don't forget tonight, by the way, if you do, or on Thursday, on ID Jester's channel at 8 o'clock Thursday night, or anytime thereafter, it's a continuing saga of a merry group of men with knowing not what the hell to do as we play Dungeons & Dragons. That's on ID Jester's channel tonight at 8 o'clock if you end up watching this on Thursday. If not, it's always on demand because it's YouTube. So that's what I'm doing tonight, and somehow watching the Red Sox and the Astros. I'm absolutely stunned that the Boston Red Sox are a game away from the World Series. Didn't say I wasn't happy about it, but I am stunned. All right. So with all the preliminaries out of the way, we'll be all caught up with Week 7 and my boo-boo playing most of Week 8 before I was due. And so Washington has won the toss. They will receive. They're in their white uniforms, red helmets, and burgundy helmet and burgundy pants. The Eagles in their green jerseys with the silver stripes on the shoulders. And the Redskins will be going left to right as we start off here. And they will take the return, and Mick Mayer gets a foot on it, and this will be taken at the 2-yard line to the 10, 15. There's going to be a fumble here, and it's picked up by the Eagles. Green got it at the 2. He was nailed by Bryant, and then Wilkes picked up the fumble. So it's Steve Mayer. So the Eagles get a huge break. They start this game with the football, so they'll start and get it for both halves as the Redskins turn it over on the opening kickoff. It's Ron Jaworski at quarterback. Wilbert Montgomery and Mike Hogan are your setbacks. Harold Carmichael and Kenny Payne are your wide receivers. Can we do a one-play drive from here? We're going to try it. Carmichael on a long slant. Nope. Redskins blitz, so it's a screen to Montgomery. Jaworski throws incomplete. So the Redskins get the better of that. 2nd and 10, just the start of things here from Philadelphia. Ball at the Redskin 27. Montgomery on a trap to the right on 2nd and long, and the Redskins sniff that one out all the way. Larry McDowell, or Ron McDowell, with a stop at the loss of 1. So the Redskins are swarming following the turnover. So 3rd and 11. Short cross to Kepfley from Jaworski. Jaworski has time. He has Kepfley, but it won't be for a first down. Ken Houston makes a tackle after a gain of 7. It'll be 4th and 4 for the Eagles, and they're going to try a field goal from here. So Steve Mike Mayer, his brother Nick kicked for at least the Bills brothers. I'm not sure if they're soccer style kickers or what, but the Eagles disappointing after the opening kickoff fumble to only get a chance for 3 here. He has a 41% chance of 41.6% chance of making this. Sciarra is the holder, and Morris with 2 S's is the snapper. And the kick is down. Mike Mayer gets a foot on it, and it is blocked by Coy Bacon and recovered by Dusick. So the Redskins get it at the 28-yard line. So a blocked field goal. So we've had, that won't count as a turnover. So in the first 2 minutes of this game, we've had the Washington fumble the opening kick, and then Philadelphia get a field goal attempt blocked. So it'll be Joe Theismann as the quarterback with John Riggins and Mike Thomas as the setbacks. And this is going to be a ground and pound game for sure. Riggins off tackle left on 1st and 10 from the 28. Gets across the 30 before Charlie Johnson makes a tackle after a gain of 4. So 2nd down and 6 for the Redskins from their own 32. Mike Thomas off tackle right. Theismann hands off, and Thomas can't get much of anywhere before Wilkes makes the tackle after a gain of 2. Reggie Wilkes with the stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Washington from their own 34. John McDaniel is your near side receiver. Danny Buggs is your far side receiver. And the former Cowboy Gene Fugit is your tight end. Buggs on a medium slant. Theismann back to throw it on 3rd down. Looks over the middle. Finds Riggins instead, who gets a first down across the 40. Bill Berkey with a tackle after a gain of 13. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their own 47. So Theismann with a good read on that play. The Eagles doubled McDaniel, and Theismann took advantage of it. In the real game, this was a defensive slob knocker, as my buddy Al would say. Theismann only threw for 163, and Jaw didn't even throw for 100. Riggins on a trap to the left. Gets it to midfield, over midfield, before LeMaster. Frank LeMaster makes the tackle. Let's meet the Eagles defensively. It's a 3-4. Dennis Harrison is the left defensive end. Charlie Johnson is the defensive tackle. And Carl Harrison is the right defensive end. Ray Phillips is the right outside linebacker. Bill Berkey is the right inside linebacker. Frank LeMaster is the left inside linebacker. And Reggie Wilkes is the left outside linebacker. Bob Howard is your left corner. Herman Edwards, you know that name, is your right corner. John Sanders is your free safety. And Randy Logan is your strong safety. Riggins off tackle left on 2nd and 6 from the Philadelphia 49. And he gets across the 45 before LeMaster makes the tackle. And it's a gain of 4. So it'll be 3rd and short for the Redskins from the Philadelphia 45. Their first full possession, they fumbled the opening kickoff. Thomas will go on a sweep to the right on 3rd and 2, and he gets the first down and more inside the 40 before Phillips can make the tackle after a gain of 8. Ray Phillips got George Stark, the right tackle, made the big block, and Thomas followed it for a gain of 8. Let's meet the Washington offensive line from left to right. Actually, from right to left. George Stark is the right tackle. Ron Saul, the right guard. Bob Koisel is the center. Dan Nugent, the left guard. And Terry Hermeling is the left tackle. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 37. Medium out for Theismann. He looks, he throws, he checks it down. Edwards gets a piece of it and picks it off. He was trying for Bugs. The pass was not intended for Bugs. Theismann looked to his other wide receiver and heard it. Herm Edwards got a hand on it and picks it off. So that's Herm's 5th interception of the year. And with 8:50 to go, the Eagles now have forced 2 turnovers, but they don't have any points to show for it. So 1st and 10, no return on the interception. Philadelphia starts this drive from their own 30-yard line. Montgomery on a pitch to the near side from the 30, does not get a block. McClinton makes the tackle after a gain of 1. They had that read all the way, and Montgomery has 2 carries and no yards. We did not meet the Redskins defense, I don't believe. From left to right, Ron McDowell, the left defensive end. Big Dave Butts, the left defensive tackle. De'Aaron Talbert, the right defensive tackle. And Coy Bacon, who's already had a good play in this game, is the right defensive end. The linebackers, Brad Dusick's on the right outside. Harold McClinton is the inside linebacker. The Washington plays a 4-3. And Mike Curtis is the right outside linebacker. Or left outside. Joe Lavender is the left corner. Lamar Parrish is the right corner. Jake Scott is the free safety. And Kenny Houston, appropriately in the Houston jersey, is the strong safety. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles from their own 31. Screenplay to Montgomery from Jaworski. Jaworski waits. He throws. Cut by Montgomery at his own 25. He's got some room. He gets across the 35 to the 40 before Curtis brings him down. It's a gain of 10, the first down in the game for the Eagles. Against the Patriots last week in their loss, Jaworski threw for 273, 23 for 34 with 2 interceptions and 3 touchdowns. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 41. Montgomery on a pitch to the near side. And this time he does. Nope, the Redskins read that all the way. McClinton says no, it's a loss of 4. Woody Peoples, the left guard, cannot make the good block. In fact, that's the second bad block of the game on 3 rushes. Jerry Sizemore is the right tackle. Wade Key, the right guard. Guy Morris with 2 S's is your center. Woody Peoples, who's made the second bad block, is the left guard. And Stan Walters is your left tackle, the best lineman of the bunch. Hogan on a fullback dive on 2nd and 14, and he gets it to the 40-yard line of the 42 before Ken Houston makes the stop. The clock running, 6.5 to go in the first quarter. 3rd and long for the Eagles. No score. And Charlie Smith is the 3rd receiver. And he's going to try a short hitch on 3rd and 9. Jaworski, quick throw to Smith. but he will not get the first down. He's a yard short. The route was not designed to get it. You got to be able to run, and Smith is immediately tackled by Gerald Williams, and the Eagles from midfield will punt. Mike Michel will punt it, and the Redskins will try to return this from inside their own 20. Punt is fielded at the 18, and there's a flag down, and that's
illegal block. Receiving team.
Curtis is called with a penalty. So after a goo cluster of a play, Joe Theismann brings the Redskins back out to their own 7-yard line where they'll start this possession. So no score, 5:12 to go first quarter. And Riggins is going to go off tackle to the left. And he gets it to the 10-yard line and a little bit more before Herm Edwards makes a tackle after a gain of 4. So the Redskins have averaged 24.8 points a game this year, and their defense has held the NFC to 18.7, which is why both the computer and Real Vegas has Washington as the favorite. But the Eagles were the ones that won this game in real life. Thomas on a pitch to the near side on 2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line. Gets the block, and he's going to fumble it. Wilkes with a fumble, and Bill Bergey recovers it at the 16. And so Washington has turned it over for the 3rd time, the 2nd time inside their own territory. What a sloppy game. Jack Pardee has got to be beside himself here. So with 4:20 to go in the first quarter, it's a really short field for Ron Jaworski. Carmichael on a medium slant. They want this to be a one-play drive. Jaworski throws. Dusek deflects it and tips it away. Parrish had Carmichael covered perfectly, and Dusek got a hand on it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the DC 16. Montgomery off tackle to the near side. He gets a little bit of room before McClinton brings him down after a gain of 3. So 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles. And from here, it would be a coin flip field goal for Mike Mayer from the Washington 13. Krepfle will get on medium cross. They want 6. They're not trying for the first down. They want the touchdown. And Krepfle dives and can't come up with it. So Jaworski is 3 for 6. And let's see what Mike Mayer can do now. There's a reason why Tony Franklin was eventually drafted. Mike Mayer gets a foot on it, and it's going to miss to the right. And so for the 2nd time, well, for the first time, the Eagles get it into the red zone and can't do anything with it. So Washington gets it after 20. That's right, because he missed from the 20. It was blocked. So Mike Mayers had a field goal blocked and just completely missed that one to the right. That was just a terrible kick. And so the Redskins amazingly have turned the football over 3 times and not given up a point. Medium slant to John McDaniel. Theismann flushed. Is going to get the ball stripped by Bergey, but Washington recovers. Oh, he dumped it to Riggins, and it was hammered by Bergey. And so, I'm sorry, not a fumble. A drop that was considered an incomplete pass. They were keying Riggins all the way, and Theismann threw it there. So 2nd and 10 from the Washington 20-yard line. Riggo on a sweep to the right, and he gets across the 20, but that's about it. Now the ball is loose. Harrison has forced a fumble, and Phillips recovers it for the Eagles. And Washington has turned it over for the 4th time in the first quarter. Denny Harrison makes the tackle, and Phillips makes the recovery. How about that? I'm stunned. Montgomery on a sweep to the near side on 1st and 10, and he's got some room. 15, 10, 5, and 6. Wilbert Montgomery scores on a 20-yard run, and the Eagles draw first blood. 6-0, 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Those turnovers you knew would hurt eventually, and on this play they did. Extra point for Mike Mayer is up, and that is good. So, with 2:51 first quarter, it's the Philadelphia Eagles 7, the Washington Redskins 0. And for the Eagles, they've had 23 red zone attempts coming into this game and have scored 13 touchdowns and 3 field goals. And 16 for 23, the computer tells me, is a good percentage of 69%. So the kick is away by Mike Mayer, and let's see if the Redskins can hold on to it. Taken by an Upman at the 11 to the 25, and Osborne will make the tackle there. Ike Forte on the return, and they'll spot it at the Washington 25-yard line. So the Redskins have had the ball 4 times and turned it over They've had it 5 times and turned it over 4. But the scoreboard is 7-0 Philadelphia. Riggins off tackle to the right, and he gets it to about the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. Wilkes makes the stop at the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from there. Theismann's got to be beside himself at what to do. Every time they try to do something, they turn it over. Mike Thomas on an off tackle to the right. He gets it across the 30, but not much more than that. McDaniel was injured for Washington, the wide receiver, and he's limping off. His return is probable. So Ricky Thompson is the wide receiver. And clock stopped with 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 4. Thomas on a short flat pass from Theismann. Theismann has time, but is not on the same page as Thomas. And Washington will have to punt. So the Redskins have run 11 plays from scrimmage, have 50 yards, and are 3 and out for the second time this afternoon. No, I'm sorry, it's the first time that they're out. Mike Bragg is the punter for Washington. Skara and Henry, the returners from Philadelphia. And it's going to be Henry at about the Eagles' 26-yard line. And he takes it to the 30, cut the flag down, so it won't matter.
Offsides.
Ooh.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
It will matter because the Eagles jumped and it was only 4th and 4. So forget about the punt. The Redskins get a first down. That's not how you want to get them, but if you're a Redskins fan, you'll take it. So 1st and 10 from their own 36. And Thompson on a medium cross. Theismann to throw it on 1st down. Waits. Thompson has it at midfield. He gets into Philadelphia territory. Gene Fugit, the tight end, is hurt. His return is questionable. Ricky Thompson makes a 17-yard catch. Spotted at the Philadelphia 47. And Haynes is the tight end. Reggie Haynes is the tight end for Washington. Bob Howard, by the way, one of the corners, made the tackle for Philadelphia. John Riggins on a trap to the left side. He gets it across the 45 before Bill Berge makes a stop at the 43. 2nd and 6 for Washington. They're driving. They got lucky on this possession that Philadelphia was offside on a punt. So, ball at the 43. And he bugs on a medium slant. The Eagles blitz. Theismann has time. He looks. He tries to dump it down to Thomas, who drops the pass. Thomas dropped it, 3rd and 6. So Theismann is 2 for 6 here in the first quarter. A first quarter the Redskins would love to forget. They go 3 wide. And Terry Anderson is the third receiver. But look for Thompson on the medium out. Theismann, flag down, looks down over to Thompson. That's complete, but depends on what the penalty is. They'll be tackled at the 26 by Howard.
Encroachment, defense, number 68, 5-yard penalty.
And it was a freebie all the way. Denny Harrison encroached, and so the Redskins will ignore that, and they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Eagle 26. A sloppy first quarter. The Redskins have turned the ball over 4 times, but you can see the score. The Eagles 7, the Redskins nothing. The Eagles have not been able to capitalize. A blocked field goal, a missed field goal, and a touchdown. So 1st and 10. Riggins on a trap to the right. And he is tackled immediately by Wilkes. Phillips is shaken up on the play for the Eagles. He's walking off, but he's done for the day. So Koisel made the bad block. I believe to Tatolo is the offensive linebacker, or the outside linebacker. Terry Tatolo now goes in for Phillips. Clock stopped, 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Thomas on a fullback dive, and he gets to the 25. He fights to the 24 before Wilkes makes the stop. Reggie Wilkes has 5 tackles in the first quarter. And the Redskins say, well, we're content to go to the second quarter. After 1, it's the Eagles 7, the Redskins nothing. So the Redskins will be going into the wind. If you're thinking of a field goal here from 41, it would be Mark Mosley as the kicker, and he would be a 53% chance. So slightly better than a coin flip. Reggie Haynes on a short slant. Theismann has time, throws it into coverage. Howard with an interception, no return. Berge got a piece of it, and Bob Howard with the pick. And let's watch the replay here. Theismann's throw is just terrible, and that is the 5th turnover for the Washington Redskins. They've had the ball 5 times today, and they've turned it over all 5 times. This is nuts. Ugh. My cat isn't even watching this. All right, so some coffee down the hatch. And the Eagles start this drive from their own 11-yard line. They lead 7-0, 14:53 second quarter. Montgomery on a sweep to the left. And he gets some room. He gets across the 15. Coy Bacon with a tackle after a gain of 6. Knocked him out of bounds. So 6 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown for Montgomery. In the real game, he rushed 25 for $125. 2nd down and 4. Hogan on a trap to the right on 2nd short. Flag down. He's got the 1st down and a lot more. Across the 35 to the 40. 45-50. I bet this is coming back. Oh, no, it's not.
Number 79,
So McDowell had an encroachment, and Hogan just took it off. So Mike Hogan with a 37-yard run. I stopped calling it because I thought it would be a hold. The hole was huge. Curtis missed the tackle. Lamar Parrish gets it. And for Hogan, obviously, that's the longest run of the year. At 37 yards. So spotted at the Washington 46. The Eagles are driving. Carmichael on a medium fly on 1st and 10. Jaworski flush. He's going to run. He's got room. He gets to the 40. He gets a 1st down at the 35-yard line. Stan Walters, the left tackle, rips open the huge hole, and Jaworski scrambles for a first down. So the Eagles have run it 9 times so far for 78 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Washington 35. Montgomery. But the snap is fumbled. The fumble is... Oh, it's a busted play. Jaworski is technically tackled. It's not a run, it's a tackle. For a loss of 3, McDowell on the stop. So it'll be 2nd down and 13. It was not a sack. It was supposed to be a run play to off tackle right to Montgomery. And Jaworski just kind of moved before he had the ball in his hand. That's an oopsie. 2nd and 13. Montgomery on a trap to the right. He gets it to the 35, almost to the 30 before McDowell knocks him down after a gain of 8. 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. They lead at 7-0 on the Washington 30-yard line. If you're a Redskins fan, this game has been sloppier than a dirt road in New England in March. So what will Krepfle do here? How about a short cross? Jaworski back to throw. Redskins blitz. He dumps it to Hogan instead, who fights for the first down, but they're short. Dusick with the tackle. It's a gain of 4. And from the Washington 25, they're going to have to go for it. Into this light wind, Mike Mayer's already missed 2. Hi, Max, how are you? So the Eagles are going to have to run it. They go triple tight end. And Montgomery's going to go off tackle to the right from the 25. Oh, he gets the first down, but not much more than that. He gets 2. Parrish with the tackle. So 1st and 10 from the Washington 23. Eagles on a good drive. 7 plays, 66 yards. Montgomery doing the heavy work. Payne on a medium slant. Redskins immediately blitz. Jaworski throws, and it's over Payne's head. It's a bad pass. Lavender gets coverage on credit for the coverage. I'm doing just fine, Max. Thanks. So 2nd and 10. 10:50 to go in the first half. Hogan on a trap to the right. Gets a little bit of room, but not much. It's a gain of 3. Brad Dusick with a stop. And it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. And now we're up to a coin flip on a field goal. Let's see. Carmichael on a medium slant. Jaworski has time. He waits. He throws. Carmichael has it at the 10. And he's going to waltz right in the end zone. He was double covered. Found the seam. And scores. Hi, ID. How are you? Don't forget tonight, by the way, before we get that touchdown, my second night in Dungeons & Dragons on ID's channel, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8:30 in Newfoundland. So on that, Jaworski he and Carmichael were such a unit at this point that it was just, he knew where he was. The Redskins had him doubled, but the Eagles score anyway. So the extra point from Mike Mayer is up, and it's good. So with 9:59 to go in the first half, it's the Eagles 14, the Redskins nothing. So Mike Mayer gets the kick away. The Redskins will return from inside their own 5, 10, 15, 20. Good return, 30, 36-yard line. A 34-yard return by Tony Green. Oh, yeah. And Osborne with the tackle at the 36. So the Redskins with now their 6th possession of the game, but let's see if they don't turn the ball over. They've turned it over 5 times. And as ID Gesture says, yes, Jaworski to Carmichael, well, nearly should have won them a Super Bowl, certainly in 80. Both these teams are 4-2, by the way. The Cowboys are 7-0. I'm not sure anyone's catching the Cowboys in the NFC East, but the wild card race, the winner of this game should be in good control. By the way, Eagles-Dallas from Dallas Tuesday. Medium slant to Ricky Thompson from Theismann. And he finds Thompson near midfield for a first down. And Howard makes a tackle. So it's a gain of 13. Bob Howard's third tackle of the game. Ricky Thompson, who's playing in an injury role, 3 catches for 47 yards. First and 10 from the Washington 49. Riggins on a pitch play to the far side. And he gets a block, and he gets it maybe to midfield. It is a 1-yard gain. LeMaster with the stop. His third tackle. Redskins in white jerseys, burgundy pants, and they're working it from left to right if you're listening at work. Eagles in their green home jerseys with white pants with a silver stripe. Wins 0-5. Hey, Bubba, 0-5. Redskins are going into it here in the second quarter. Just a Chamber of Commerce day in Philadelphia, 66 degrees, and all the vomit off the carpet's been vacuumed up. It smells almost fresh. 2nd and 9. Thomas on the dive here, and that block doesn't go much of anywhere. LeMaster with a tackle. The right tackle, Stark, is hurt, and they're putting him on the cart. So 3rd and 7. Clock stops with 8:23 to go in the first half. Harlan. Jim Harlan comes in the game, and he is the right tackle. 4 overall. So the Redskins will do bugs on his short slant. Theismann back to throw, and it is intended for bugs, but Herm Edwards was all over him. Herm's already got an interception today. So the Redskins will actually try to punt. Mike Bragg comes out from the Philadelphia 48. And the Eagles will let this roll. And there's a flag down. Ball rolls down at the 5. The flag is picked up, and that's where we start. So 8:10 to go in the first half. The real game was won by Philadelphia 17-10. And if your memory is good, or were just a kid with nothing else better to do, the Redskins came into this game undefeated. They were 6-0. The Eagles have matched their real life record of 4-2. Or no, they were 3-3 if the Eagles won, and they were 4-3 after. So the Eagles are 1 game better than their real life record. The Redskins are 2 games worse. So both teams are 4-2. So a long way to the other end zone. Jaworski starts from his own 5. Montgomery on a pitch to the far side. And let's see what happens. It was read all the way. Curtis tackles him at the line. No gain. Mike Curtis. Thanks, Bubba. I appreciate that. So 2nd and long from the Eagle 5. The Redskins, if they can hold them here, they're going to get some good field position. Payne on a short slant from the end zone. Jaworski throws, and it's incomplete. So Jaworski 5 of 10 for 50 yards. This has been a ground game special. So Charlie Smith is the 3rd receiver. Carmichael on a short cross. Jaworski finds Carmichael at the 10, but they're going to have to punt. It's a gain of 7. So for the second time, the Eagles make the right call, but they don't run the route for the first down. All right, ID, we'll see you tonight. And don't forget, 8 o'clock on his channel, Dungeons and Dragons. And I get to play the healer. So thanks for ID for popping in. And so the Redskins are going to get good field position, as Michael is going to stand inside his own end zone to punt this away. Green sits at his 45. He moves up to midfield, and he has it at midfield to the 45-yard line. LeMaster with a tackle. It's a 41-yard punt and a 35-yard net. So Tony Green is there. And now the Redskins start from inside Philadelphia territory. And I honestly don't know what the heck to call for Washington. How about Thomas on a short flat? I won't change him yet. Theismann has time. He finds Thomas. Does Thomas have a seam? He gets to the 40-yard line and gets a first down. Yes, he does. A gain of 11. Wilkes with a tackle. That's Reggie Wilkes' sixth tackle of the afternoon. And the Redskins have it at the Philadelphia 36. Riggins. The Diesel warms up for a trap to the right side. Just bowl right through there. He gets across the 35. Bill Berge with the tackle at the 34. So there'll be just about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Philadelphia. Redskins have it at the Eagles 34. And now we'll make the change. To Clarence Harmon. Oops. Well, Bubba, I can't see emojis on this chat, so my wife might agree with you at some point. 2nd and 8. Claude Harmon in the game for Mike Thomas. And Harmon, well, after the flag.
False start. Offense. Number 54.
It's the center.
Penalty.
He twitched.
Repeat, second down.
We've had this conversation before. I guess that's one of the things I'd like to see changed is it's hard for the center to get called for a false start. It's not impossible, but it is hard. So what's Claude Harmon the best at? We're going to do a pitch to the far side, and he gets it from Theismann, gets across the 40 to the 35 before LeMaster makes a tackle after a gain of 4. So 3rd down and 9 for Washington from the Eagles 35. Ricky Thompson on a short slant is the call. Theismann is blitzed. He throws it to Buggs instead, and it's a first down. Buggs with a catch at the 24. It's 1st and 10. A gain of 11. And so the Redskins might actually get some points on the board. Riggins, off tackle left from the 24-yard line. He gets it to the 22. LeMaster with a tackle after a gain of 2. And so Riggins has 11 carries for 29 yards. Both defenses are pretty strong. And judging by the stats that I have written down, this was pretty much a defensive game. And yeah, it is hilarious, Bubba, when the center does get called for it, because you're right, they're the only one who doesn't move. And they also are the ones that start the play. 2nd and 8. Riggins on a screen. Theismann waits. He checks it down, incomplete. Theismann with a terrible pass. He's 6 for 13 for 82 yards. So 3rd and 8 from the 22. Mark Mosley's chances of a field goal here from 39 are about 57%. Don't turn it over. Reggie Haynes on a short cross. Eagles blitz. Theismann dumps it. And Haynes dropped it. He was hit by the strong safety Logan, and it's incomplete. So the Redskins, with 2:39 to go, bring out Mark Mosley. The straight-ahead kicker. Theismann will hold. Koisel will snap. From 39 yards, Mosley gets a boot on it, and it's long enough, and it's straight enough, and doggone it, it's good enough. And so the Redskins are on the board with 2:35 to go in the half. It's the Eagles 14, the Redskins 3. So Mosley gets this one away, and it'll be taken by the deep returner at the 5, 10, 20, 30-yard line. That's Billy Campfield on the return. McClinton with the tackle stopped at the 30-yard line. 2:29 to go in the first half. So the Redskins finally get on the board after that disastrous 5-turnover first quarter. I don't think I've ever seen that. Let's do Hogan on a medium hitch because we can. Jaworski has time, and Hogan wanted a flag. He's not going to get it. Dusick nailed him, so it's a drop. Hogan is talking to the officials who want nothing to do with that. And so Jaworski is 6 for 12 now. 2nd and 10. Montgomery on a pitch to the left. It should take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 30, 35, McClinton, gain of 8, and McClinton's hurt. He'll miss the rest of the half, so the Eagles get a break. Not only is it 3rd and short, but the clock has stopped. 2:16 to go. Trap right for Hogan. And he will he get it? Hickman on the tackle. No, the Eagles are short. And so we'll go to the 2-minute warning from their own 40. You know what? They're going to go. They're going to go. Jaworski will sneak it. He's waiting for his block. He's got it. Dusick with the tackle, but he got the one. McDaniel is back for the Redskins. And the Eagles go into a hurry-up. Payne on a medium cross. 1:55 to go. Redskins blitz. Jaworski waits. He gets it to Montgomery at the 42. He runs it out to the 45. At 46, it's a gain of 6. They'll stand the hurry-up. Don Hover with the tackle. And from the 45-yard line. Hogan on a screen pass. Jaworski can't find him, and that's fine. Washington brushed. Bacon almost had a hand on Jaworski. Jaworski snuck around it and just couldn't do the good throw on the screen. So 3rd and 6, minute 22. Krepfle on a short slant. Redskins go all out on the blitz. Krepfle has it at midfield. 1st down, 45, Redskins territory. To the 41, Gene Fugit. It should be back for Washington. And the Eagles call their first timeout. With 1:11 to go at the Washington 41. So Krepfle with that good play. Carmichael on a medium out. Jaworski has time, and he checks it down to Carmichael, but Harold drops it. So 2nd and 10 from the 41, and the clock stops with 1:06. Montgomery off tackle left. You got the timeout. You might as well use him. Across the 40, Bacon makes a tackle at the 35. McClinton is back in as outside linebacker. Eagles go into a hurry-up. Payne. Short slant. Jaworski. He looks. He fires. Incomplete. Went for Montgomery instead. Incomplete. And Jaworski is now 8 for 17. 2 timeouts, 4th and 5. Oops. And you're kind of in no man's land. You got to go for it. 3 wide. Charlie Smith. Short cross, 4th and 5. 36 seconds left. Redskins blitz. Jaworski looks. He throws down to Montgomery. Will he get the first down? No, he will not get the first down. He only gets 3. And the Redskins get the ball with 35 seconds left. Brad Dusick makes the tackle. Now, what will the Redskins do? McDaniel and Fugit are back. So the starting wide receiver and tight end for the Redskins are back in the game. Redskins go 3 wide. McDaniel on a medium hitch. Redskins have all 3 timeouts from their 33-yard line. Theismann flushed. Dumps it off to Fugit. Fugit across the 40. Logan with the tackle, a gain of 8. And Washington calls time. 26 seconds left. 2nd down and 2. If they can somehow get it to the 30-yard line of Philadelphia, They'll bring out Mosley, but they need, let's see, if they're spotted at the 41, 29 yards in 26 seconds. Long slant to McDaniel. Theismann has time. He looks, he throws over the middle, and Outlaw covered McDaniel. The heavy rush was picked up. Thompson was doubled, so Theismann had the right receiver to throw to, but nothing there. So 3rd and 2. And Thomas on a sweep to the left. And he gets the first down. He gets to the 45. It's a gain of 4. And the Redskins says, I've had enough. So at the end of the first half, the Eagles will get the football here in a second. They lead the game 14-3. So halftime stats, Redskins 148 yards, the Eagles 182. 9 first down for Washington to Philadelphia's 8. Both teams have done all right offensively, but the Redskins have turned it over 5 times and fumbled it 3. Eagles are 2 for 3 on 4th down. Wow. 2 for 9 on 3rd down. And on the stats page, really not much to see. McDaniel's back in the game. Eagles will get the ball. They'll return it, and it will go to Campfield at the 2-yard line from Mosley. 10, 20, 3-yard line before Williams makes the tackle. That's how the second half starts. Philadelphia from their own 23, and those are pretty much the stats you want to see. Both the big-name running backs have carried it 11 times. They're going to carry it about 20 to 25 over the course of the game. Passing, there's been a lot of attempts, but there hasn't been a lot of receptions. Montgomery off tackle to the left from their own 23, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Bacon with a tackle, and that's how we start. So 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. They've run it 19 times for 103 yards. Hogan on the fullback dive. Hogan across the 20 to the 25. McDowell makes the stop after a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 6. So Hogan, 5 carries for 52 yards. Remember, he had the big 37-yard run in the second quarter. Medium hitch to Payne. Redskins safety blitz. Throw. Payne has it for a first down at the 40. Lavender knocks him down immediately after a gain of 14. And the Eagles have it 1st and 10 from their own 41. So a good pass. Eagles have 200 net yards. Montgomery on a trap to the right. Across the line of scrimmage and no more. Talbert just cleaned his clack at the 42. A gain of 1, and that's Talbert's first tackle of the afternoon. Hogan pitched to the near side on 2nd and 9. Across the 45 to midfield. McClinton with a stop. It's a gain of 8. They doubled the key Montgomery, and so it was a right read. Hogan 6 carries, 60 yards. Montgomery on a sweep to the left on 3rd and 1, and he waits for his block. He's got it. It's the first down. Bacon makes the tackle, but not before a gain of 3. So 11:43 in the clock running. 14-3. The Eagles lead. They're going from right to left here in the third quarter with the wind. Whatever kicking they might need to do, the wind is at 0-5, so it's a slight help. Payne on a medium slant on 1st and 10. Jaworski throws over the middle. Lavender deflects it right into Curtis's hand, and it's a return of 10 yards. Mike Curtis with his first interception of the year. And after the Redskins 5 turnovers in the first quarter, the Eagles finally turn it over themselves. So a life for Joe Theismann with 11:01 to go here in the third. They trail it 14-3. Riggins off tackle left. And from the 38, he gets it to the 44. It's a gain of 6. Reggie Wilkes with the stop. So 2nd and 4 for Theismann. Short hits to John McDaniel. And the quick throw is caught at the 45. It's a first down. Howard knocks him down after a gain of 13. So that's McDaniel's first catch. And the Redskins move into Philadelphia territory. 1st and 10 from the 43. Under 10 minutes to go. Claude Harmon on a trap to the right. Gets the block, but can't get more than a yard, actually. Bill Berge makes his 4th tackle of the game, and they'll spot it at the 42. 2nd down and 9. John Riggins, by the way, not only was the leading rusher in this game, he had 97 yards in the real contest, he also was the leading receiver, 3 catches for 43 yards. Which means we'll try for him in the flat. But no, it's a busted play. Theismann can't get... He's going to scramble, and he's going to get some yardage. He's got a first down, and Tutalo makes a tackle at the 30-yard line. So Theismann, that wasn't a busted play. He realized the Eagles were coming, which is interesting because they weren't blitzing. And so not a lot of patience from Joe, and he just took off. It worked. They get 12 out of it. But that's not what the call was supposed to be. But beggars can't be choosers. And the Redskins have it 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 30. Riggins on a trap to the left. And he waits for a little bit of help. And Tutalo knocks him down after a gain of 3. So that's Terry's 2nd tackle. And Riggins is at 13 carries and 38 yards. Redskins driving. They're trailing 14-3 here in the third. And again, a short, flat attempt to Riggins. Theismann this time finds Riggins at the 30. Riggins down the sidelines. Going to get a first down at 20 inside to the 15-yard line or 16-yard line. LeMaster with the stop. And that was the right call. 1st and 10 for the Redskins now at the Eagles 16. They have not scored a touchdown. The fact that this game is still a game is beyond me. The Redskins just 5 turnovers on their first 5 possessions. That's got to be a record. McDaniel on a medium cross in the end zone. Theismann has time. He waits. He throws. McDaniel has it at the 2, and he will score. The flag was picked up, and Washington scores. Or as Frank Herzog would say, touchdown, Washington Redskins. 6:37, a 7-play drive, 62 yards and 424. So Mark Mosley will check the extra point, and that's good. So, with 6:37, time for me to take a drink. It's the Eagles 14, the Redskins 10. The kickoff, as soon as I get a sip in. Talks amongst yourselves. So the Redskins have made this a game. Mosley gets it away. Campfield from his 5, 10, 15, 20, got room, 30-yard line, 32-yard line before McClinton makes the tackle. So good return from Campfield. And nobody's tired, so we leave everyone out there. 6:31 to go. Eagles 14, Redskins 10. Montgomery off tackle right. Across the 30, but not back to the line of scrimmage. Now he got a 1. Talbert makes the tackle, and then he's shaken up. So he'll limp off, and there's no penalty. Tell me afterwards there was a penalty. I know you can't see it. They picked up the flag. 6:24. Clock is stopped. 2nd and 9. Hogan on a... Nope. Audible. Screen pass to Montgomery. Redskins coming. He flips it, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and long for the Eagles. 6:15 to go. Kenny Payne on a medium slant. Jaworski to throw. He is sacked by Brooks. It's a loss of 9. So for the first time this afternoon, Ron Jaworski finds that nasty carpet here. And the Redskins will force a punt. 4th and 18. If you would have told me at the end of the first quarter that the Eagles would force 5 turnovers and now be in a position where they might lose the lead, I was wondering what you're smoking. And if you're in Canada, now it's legal. So Michael will punt it deep. Redskins will get good field position. They'll return it from their 36 to the 40. Flag on the play. Green gets a 6-yard return.
Receiving team, 15-yard penalty.
But Hamburger will hold, and instead the Redskins will start this drive from their own 19-yard line. Mike Thomas is back in the game for Harmon, so Riggins and Thomas in the backfield. And Riggo will go off tackle to the right from the 19. He gets to the 20. That's a good block. He's going to get almost a first down. It's a gain of 9 on the play. Reggie Wilkes makes the first down saving tackle. Riggins now 14 carries for 47 yards. 2nd and 1. Thomas on a trap to the right. He'll get the first down. He gets it to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 2. So Reggie Wilkes makes his 10th tackle of the game. 4:31, third quarter, clock running. Theismann, a medium hitch to Bugs. Has to wait for it, has time, throws into double coverage. Sanders intercepts it, no return. So Herm Edwards, who's already has 1 interception, deflected it. And Sanders got it. And that's interesting because they were doubling the other receiver, McDaniel. So again, that's the 6th Redskin turnover of the afternoon. And the Eagles start from the Washington 42. Montgomery on a sweep to the near far side. Gets a block across the 40 before Curtis can make the tackle after a gain of 5. Montgomery broke away from a Coy Bacon grab and got a couple more yards out of it. So 2nd and 5 from the 37. Hogan off tackle right. Gets it to about the 35. Mike Curtis makes the stop. So under 3 minutes to go. 3rd down and 3 for Jaworski. From the Redskin 35 following turnover number 6. Prepfley on a short cross. Theismann is pressured, and he checked it down to Hogan, incomplete. So again, we're going to do the quick kick. When I did this the last time a couple weeks ago, Brian Sipe just ran it and got the first down. 4th and 3, you're not going to go for it here. You want to pin him back. So Jaworski will punt this. Takes the snap, takes 2 steps back. He gets it off the side of his foot. Was it worth it? Yeah, they spot it at the 13. So it's a 22-yard punt. And so they actually get a 7-yard net out of it if they had brought out the punter. So Jaworski says, don't you ever do that to me again. And Dick Vermeil says, yeah, all right. So 1st and 10, Redskins, 2:12 to go in the 3rd. They trail by 4, 14-10. Cheaton Fugit on a short cross on 1st down. Theismann has to get rid of it. Fugit has it. Logan with an immediate stop after a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2 from the 21-yard line. Riggins, trap left, clock running. He will not get the first down. LeMaster stands him up at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles were looking for that all the way, and LeMaster, as you can see now, has 10 tackles on the game. 3rd and short. Thomas. Sweep to the far side, and he gets the block. He gets the first down to the 25-yard line. They'll spot it at the 26. Carl Harrison, his first tackle of the game. And this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Riggins trapped to the right, and he gets a little bit of room. Tatalo will knock him down at the 29. It's a gain of 3, and as we start the last quarter, it's the Eagles 14, the Redskins 10. So I take a drink. If you're watching, you can take a look at the in-game stats, and you can see it's been fairly even, except for that one line regarding turnovers. 6-1. Individual stats, about what you'd expect. Theismann went 8 for 21 in the real games with 2 interceptions for 163. Jaws only threw the ball 14 times in the real game for 99. So defense is the rule of the day. As we start the last quarter, let's take 5 seconds. This is the Retro Sports Network. And this is the Retro Sports Network on YouTube, home of every champion you could possibly think of. So 2nd and 7. Thomas on the pitch to the right. He's got some room. A flag is down. He's across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
Illegal motion. Offense.
But
number 88.
5-yard
penalty.
That's the wide receiver, and so it'll be 2nd and 12 for Washington from their own 24. And so Riggins will go from the draw here. He gets it across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Charlie Johnson makes the stop, 3rd and 8. And Haynes is in for Fugit at tight end. John McDaniel on a medium slant. Theismann is rushed. He dumps it down. It's tipped by Johnson, incomplete. I'm not sure who the intended receiver was. It wasn't very good, I know that. And so the Redskins will be forced to punt from their own 28. Bragg stands on his 13. Gets it away. Fielded at the 24 to the 30, 35, 37-yard line. Henry with the return this time. Wally Henry and the center Kuziel will make the tackle. A 49-yard punt. A 13-yard return, and for some reason we were all kind of wild about nets at that point. Not New Jersey, we're not fishing, but a net of 36. So the Eagles really need some points. Washington has had the momentum. The Eagles need this. They go to Dallas next week. You'll see it on Tuesday here on Retro Sports Network. They need this game. If they win, they go to 5-2. Billy Cantfield joins Montgomery on this drive. Cantfield off tackle to the right. Across the 35, he gets the legs moving. Duzick makes the tackle at the 38-yard line. So the 4th quarter is underway here. And Jaworski, they've had good luck on the ground. 27 carries for 130 yards and a touchdown. The aerial game, however, has been another story. It hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't been good either. By today's standards, it's god awful, but this was 40 years ago. And do I feel old for saying that? Krepfle on a short slant on 2nd and 8 from the 38. Jaworski has time. He dumps it down to Cantfield instead, who gets across the 40. 1st down and more over midfield. to the Washington 40. What a right call by Jaworski. He checks it down to Canfield, who makes a 24-yard catch. That's his longest of the year. And they'll spot it at the 38. Mike Curtis with a tackle. And wow. Let's get off of that. So that's not what you thought when he had to go to a second read, but Billy Canfield made that play, and with 13 minutes in the clock running, the Eagles are in business on the Washington 38. Montgomery off tackle to the right. Gets across the line, across the 35, and there's a fumble. Curtis forces the fumble, and Scott takes over for Washington. So Montgomery, who has been so good with the football, fumbles it. Curtis makes the tackle and the strip, and Scott recovers it. So the Redskins, with 12:18 to go in the fourth quarter, take over on their own 33. That's the 8th combined turnover in the game. And so Theismann is in good shape. He's going to like this. Thomas on a sweep to the right. And he finds a little bit of a hole before Harrison blocks it at the line of scrimmage. Denny Harrison with a tackle. Mike Thomas, 10 carries for 32 yards. The Redskins have run it 30 times today for 103 yards. Somewhat efficient. They're driving to take the lead. Riggins off tackle left. 2nd and 10. He gets it to the 35. Harrison with the tackle after a gain of 2. So Riggins, 18 carries for 56 yards, and it's 3rd and long. Bruggs on 3rd and 8 will run a short hitch. Theismann is flushed. He's going to scramble. He throws it across his body. Tries to find Riggins. Incomplete. So again, with all the turnovers, nothing comes of it. And the Redskins will punt. Mike Bragg will stand at his own 20. And the Eagles will return this. Good punt. Taken at the 22. Return to the 30. 30, and there's a flag down, so we'll see. It's a 10-yard return.
Holding. Receiving team.
Logan. The fullback called for the hold, so forget the return. And the Eagles start from their own 12-yard line. 10:34, fourth quarter. Eagles nursing a 4-point lead. Montgomery on an off tackle to the left from their own 12, and that's about where the play ends. Well, they'll spot it at the 13. They were keying him all the way. Coy Bacon with his 5th tackle. 2nd and 9. Canfield, short, flat pass. Jaworski looks. He goes the other way to Payne, who has a 1st down and more. Lavender with a tackle at the 30-yard line. So Jaworski reads the coverage well, finds Payne open, and it's a 1st down. A 17-yard catch. So Jaworski back up to a 50% completion rating. And it's thrown for 133 yards. 1st and 10. Canfield on a trap to the right from the 30-yard line, and he's got room. He's got a 1st down and more. He's over midfield. 40, 35, 30. Will he go? No, he won't. But Parrish makes a tackle at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 46. And Billy Canfield has 2 carries for 48 yards. And the Eagles now are in the driver's seat again. Clock running. There'll be about 8:15 to go in the game at the snap. The Eagles have now run it 182 yards on 30 carries. Montgomery off tackle left, and he gets it to about the line of scrimmage. McClinton makes the tackle. They were looking for Montgomery all the way, and so the clock will now tick under 8 minutes. 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles from the Washington 22. Eagles going right to left into what little breeze there is. We won't even talk about field goals at this point because those have been hilarious too. Carmichael on a short out. Jaworski has time. He looks. He finds Carmichael, but Parrish nailed him. And so Carmichael drops the pass. I don't know why the fans are happy about that. So 3rd and 8. And now if you're looking at field goal, that's 37%. They got to get it closer. It would be from 39 yards. Prepfully on a short slant. Redskins blitz. Jaworski rumbling. And he checks it down, and Lavender intercepts it. He's got a lot of green. He gets it to the 37-yard line. And so Jaworski was thrown into a mess, and he looked for pain on the run, and Lavender read the eyes all the way. That interception's on Jaworski, and it's a 22-yard return. So with 7:20 to go, the Redskins, again, that's 9 turnovers combined today. Riggins, trap right from the 37, dodges someone in the backfield. It gets across to the 44-yard line for a gain of 7. Mike Thomas, the fullback, rips open that hole, and then 2nd down and 3. Under 7 to go. Thomas. Trap left. And Philadelphia does not allow that one to go anywhere. Tutulo knocks him down after a loss of 1. They played for the run. They wanted Riggins to get it, and he didn't. So 3rd and 4. Medium cross to John McDaniel. Theismann will wait. He dumps it down. Incomplete. And so every time the Redskins get the chance, they can't do anything with it. Eagles defense stands strong. And here comes Mike Bragg. He gets it away. And this will be fielded at about the 15-yard line to the 20, 21 before it's Chiara. After a return of 6, Ken Houston makes the tackle. So the Eagles, with 5:43 to go, 1st and 10 from their own 20. They don't want to turn it over. Montgomery on a pitch to the near side. And the Redskins are just not going to let Philadelphia run it. Or certainly Montgomery. No gain on the play. But the clock is running. Screen to Montgomery. Let's see what we can do with that. And that's a check down, and that's incomplete. So under 5 minutes to go, and the Redskins defense is stiffening again. Carmichael on a medium hitch. Jaworski in trouble, and he checks it down, incomplete. Troy Bacon is the one that made that. He hurried him. That's his 3rd hurry of the game. And so again, it's a punt from the Michael will stand on his own 5. That's what I was trying to say. Line of scrimmage is for 20. He stands at the 5. And this will be great field position for the Redskins from the 45, 50, and not quite to midfield, beg your pardon. Green with a catch, a 5-yard return, and LeMaster with the tackle. So my lucky number, all 4 is on the board. 4:44, a field goal. Well, it won't hurt Washington, but they can't win it there. The final score in the real game was 17-10 Philadelphia. And again, for what seems to be the 97,000th time, reality and simulation are on the same page. Washington can do what it wants. They can run it here. Plenty of time. Thomas on a sweep to the right, to the near side. And he gets some room across midfield. Herm Edwards makes the tackle after a gain of 6. Spotted at the Philadelphia 48. 2nd down and 4. Riggins. Off tackle left. Gets a block. Gets the first down. Then, no, he doesn't. They spot it short. So 3rd and inches. 67 yards for Riggins on 20 carries. So, triple tight end set. Redskins want the first down. And Theismann will call his own number. And he easily gets the first down. Johnson with the tackle. It's a gain of 1. 3:44 to go. Riggins on a trap to the left from the 43-yard line. It gets it to the 40. It's a gain of 4. Wilkes makes the tackle. That's his 12th of the game. 2nd and 6 from the Eagles' 39. 3:07 to go. Clock running. Thomas on a short out. Theismann has time. He led Thomas too well. He led him too well. Bill Berge gets credit for good defense there. And it's 3rd and 6 with 2:32 to go. McDaniel on a medium slant. Theismann waits. He throws. He's got Buggs open at the 30. Buggs runs down. Sanders makes a tackle after a gain of 17. And so the Redskins let this run to the 2-minute warning. So they have all 3 timeouts. They can do what they want to do. They need 22 yards, and they have 2 minutes to do it. And if you're just kind of zooming through this and coming late, Redskins in white burgundy pants running left to right. Excuse me as I fondly remember the deviled ham sandwich I had for lunch. So 1st and 10 from the 22. The Redskins will play the Giants next week. They are 1-6. So if the Redskins come back to win, and that they could be 6-2 in an awful big hurry. Buggs on a medium slant. Theismann looking, throws over the middle. Buggs has it at the 5. Buggs scores. Daniel Buggs scores. And the Redskins go up 16-14. And now we're going to have the extra point. And this looms really large because the Eagles, if Mosley doesn't make it, they can win it with a field goal. If not, and it's hooking wide, but good. Wide, barely around the right goalpost. And so Philadelphia now needs 3 to tie and a touchdown to win. Mosley boots it away. 1:50 left in the game. They lead at 17-14. Canfield to the 15. Excuse me. And he's tackled at the 16-yard line by Dusick. So Carmichael, Payne, and Smith are the 3 receivers. Montgomery's by himself. Hold on 1 second. There. Montgomery's by himself. Jaworski's going to work out of the gun. Krefli on a short hitch. And deflected by Houston, incomplete. Houston popped it up. He popped it up the right way, but no one from Washington could get there. So 1:40 left on the clock. Eagles have all 3 timeouts, but they are 84 yards away from a touchdown and probably 70 yards away from a field goal. Montgomery on a screen. Jaworski flips it, and that's incomplete. So Jaworski is now 12 for 30 on the afternoon. 3rd down, and they got to find somebody open. Obviously 4-down territory. Carmichael on a short slant. Jaworski is pressured. He finds Carmichael. Carmichael tries to run. Parrish makes a tackle. It's 4th down and 2. It's only a gain of 8. The Redskins are knocking on the door. Payne. Short slant. This is really the game. Jaworski looks and he finds Payne for a first down at the 30-yard line. A minute 4, the Eagles somehow managed to dodge the first mine in this big minefield. They'll have it at their own 30, first and 10. 64 seconds left. They have to get 70 yards. Montgomery on a short flat. And Jusic will intercept it. He read it all the way, and he intercepts it. His first of the year will likely seal this for Washington. So in the end, the Eagles turn it over 4 times, and Washington just now needs to hold on for 56 seconds. Haynes joins Fugit. Washington's going to run the football here. Thomas on a dive. And he plows the line forward for 3. The Eagles will call timeout, 50 seconds to go. So that's going to about do it. Riggins on a trap left. We won't do the thank yous until after we know. Riggins is hit after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 44 seconds left. Riggins on the dive. This should be the last play of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe as Harrison makes a tackle. Washington will go to 5-2. They are now in second place in the NFC East. They play the Giants next week. You won't see that one here. They have a good chance of going 6-2. Philadelphia falls to 4-3. They will play Dallas on Tuesday in the game now that Philly really needs to win. Next Thursday's game will be Kansas City hosting Cleveland. The 2 best teams in the AFC will face off in a Week 8 battle on Thursday. Don't forget, ID Jester's channel tonight for Dungeons & Dragons. We'll kick that one off for you at 8 o'clock. And so that will do it. The final score here, Washington overcomes 6 turnovers to win 17-14. Who would I say is the play of the game? Oh, injury. Stark is out 6 weeks for the Redskins. And Phillips is out, but not there. So they overcame a 14-point deficit and 17 gazillion turnovers. And Theismann's 22-yard touchdown pass to Buggs with 2 minutes to go was the difference. The Redskins pull out probably the most unbelievably impossible win of the year. I mean, look at that. 6 turnovers. But they forced 4. Player stats, I know you can't see the receiver numbers, but you can see the running numbers. Theismann, 13 for 27. Just great quarterbacking, boys. Just great quarterbacking. Excuse me. Washington hurried Philadelphia 12 times, including McDowell 4 times. But the interception by Dusick sealed the deal, and so that's it. I'm Ron Juckett. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. The final score, Washington. You know what? Oh, no. It was 17-10 Philadelphia in real life. Washington wins the replay 17-14. We've closed out October. As I said, Philly and Dallas Tuesday at noon, and Cleveland at Kansas City Thursday at noon. Thanks for being with me. I'm Ron Juckett. You can watch me tonight play Dungeons & Dragons, ID Jester's channel. Until then, we'll talk to you, because I'm trying to get my mouse, the next time.